guys, you ever come across something, or in my case, a tool that you just want to try? Well, that's what happened when I came across these right here. These are rotary saw blades, pretty much mini circular saw blades. You can use them on a rotary multi-tool. Comes with a mandrel, that's what you use to attach it to, with an 1/8" shank that you can stick into a rotary tool like a Dremel, or in this case, we're going to use the flex shaft from last week's video. If you're asking what can you use this for, well, think about it. This is a high-speed steel blade that can cut through aluminum, brass, copper, wood, and plastic, mainly for precision cuts in these types of materials. All right, so there's many instances where you can't cut a pipe from the outside. The stub of the pipe may be recessed in a wall or a concrete slab. Or let's just say you're doing some rough plumbing in a floor and you need to remove it. There's no way to use a saw to cut around the outside of it. You can only start cutting from the inside. And that's what these rotary saw blades are so useful for. Of course, the diameter of the saw blade has to be smaller than the diameter of the opening of your pipe. This is about 1 inch wide opening, and this is about 7/8 inches. So we're good. So we're gonna use our 3-inch grinder with our flex shaft to attach our blade. But first, we gotta remove our grinding stone bit. So with the flex shaft, you have this hole right here, and this is the collet nut. You wanna twist the collet nut until you see a hole appear on the collet inside this housing. See that hole there? Then you want to take this tool right here and stick it inside the hole here. And that's going to go inside the hole on the collet inside there. And that's pretty much acting like a spindle lock on a circular saw or a miter saw. It holds the collet in place, and it's going to allow you to twist the collet nut, and it's going to allow you to remove your attachment. That simple. Pull that out. Now we're going to insert the mandrel for our mini circular saw blades. And we're going to tighten it up. That should be good enough. Now we got to loosen the screw on the mandrel. So we're going to take our Phillips screwdriver, loosen it up. So it comes with a couple of washers. We're going to put one washer on the attachment. Then we're going to put our blade on. Then we're going to put another washer on top of that. Then we're going to put our screw back on. And we're going to take our tool and stick it back in the holes to hold everything in place while we tighten it with our Phillips screwdriver. And tighten the collet nut with our wrench. Don't forget to wear your eye protection. All right, so it took care of that PVC, no problem. What about copper? Let's see if we can slice through this. We're going to go ahead and remove this and put a 1 1/4 inch blade on. All right, so what about wood? We got a piece that's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Let's see how it does. Can you believe out of all the materials that you would have expected to do well, this actually broke the flex shaft? I don't know if you can see it in there, but you see all that balled up wire? That's the flex shaft that broke. Here's the piece that's left in the actual grinder. But we're not gonna let that stop us, people. Gonna take this out of here. We're gonna remove the mandrel. I'm gonna slip it in our drill here. Try to extend it as far out as we can to give us the best leverage that we can. Yes, a drill is a rotary tool, but it's not necessarily the best one to use if the area you're trying to cut out is in the middle of your material. All right, guys, what about sheet metal? I got some old scrap sheet metal here. Actually, it's 2 pieces of sheet metal riveted together. And these are supposed to be able to handle it with no problem. So let's see how this happens. This is 36 TPI, meaning it has 36 teeth per inch. But I'm going to switch over to the 72 teeth per inch, or TPI, to see if it makes a difference. At this point, I think I was forcing it, but it did slice through the first layer. Didn't quite get the second. So there are limitations to these blades. It's really meant for thin materials. You saw what this 1/8 inch piece of birch wood did to my flex shaft. So I would stick to very thin materials when using these blades. See you next time.